Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our La Liga career mode here with Sevilla. We are diving back into the Champions League today as we will have both legs of our last 16 clash against AS Monaco. First away in France and then returning back home to Seville for the second leg where we're looking to reach the quarterfinals of the competition. Once again, we'll also have more big games in La Liga as we look to hold off Real Madrid and Barca, who are still within touching distance of us, although we do have a nice lead at the top. So lots of big games to come today, starting with the first leg of that Champions League last 16 knockout away in France. Vamos Sevilla. Yeah, big game to kick off today's episode, of course, looking to reach the quarterfinals and beyond, as I've got my eyes set on this competition in the final season of the save, and also going for La Liga this year as well, yet to win a domestic honour other than the Super Cup, which of course we've won the last 2 years, but I really want to get my hands on that La Liga trophy, having missed out so disappointingly last year as Kepa tips over the top. But yeah, a slip up in our previous game in the league, a 1-1 draw with second from bottom Espanyol, means that Barcelona and Real Madrid have just pulled themselves back into the race for the title. So big games to come, and we're going to have to be on it in all competitions if we are to win some of those trophies come the end of the season. Well guys, I won't lie, it has been an atrocious game so far, and still deadlocked at 0-0 with 20 to play. But we do have some good news as we see Piqué back on the bench and giving him the last 20 minutes after he's recovered from that broken toe injury that he suffered a few months ago. So I'm hoping he might be able to make the difference late on here. But honestly, this game looks as if it's destined for a 0-0 draw. It has been absolutely terrible. But here comes Yasser. Finds Amin, who gets there. Amin, hold your run, Piqué. Oh, couldn't get the clean strike away. Gavi will from the edge, and well, that's the closest either team has come, but had a much better chance there and messed up the pass as corner goes short. And now Biner. Keeler coming in at the back, couldn't get hold of it. Well, that is going to do it, guys, and unfortunately it is a really disappointing game to kick off the episode. A bore draw here in France, not the worst result in the world as we head back to Seville, still deadlocked, and I fancy us with a home advantage, but a really disappointing game. Not really any chances except that one we had late on with Gavi striking from the edge of the area. But we'll move on pretty swiftly from that really disappointing game, and we'll jump straight into our next clash. Sandwiched in between the two last 16 knockout games, Valencia at home at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan, as we look to get back to winning ways after 2 straight draws in both competitions. Vamos Sevilla. Yeah, Valencia have caused us some real issues in the past throughout the course of this save, so I'm expecting a tough game again today. We have got this man Piqué back in the lineup, and he's right back in the lineup with an assist as well for Amin Gouiri. I'm not sure he's going to reach 40 again. I've never had a player do it twice. He's probably got the best chance of doing so. He's going to need a good flurry towards the end of the season, but with his right-hand man Piqué back in the team, you never know. Sevilla lead early, and this is exactly what we needed after a few games without a win. Oh, we might be able to break here. Great chance for a break. Yasser. Oh, Yasser's got the pace. He's got the pace to get away from Wan-Bissaka. He's got Amin with him, and he's always going to sweat it across there. I'm sorry, guys. It's a little bit cheap. I probably could have just gone all the way with Yasser. But when it's Amin Gouiri as well, and we're trying to get in that second consecutive 40-goal haul, you know I'm going to pass it across the box. 2-0, and we've put ourselves in a commanding position here. Oh, no, it's happened again, guys. It's happened again. Piqué's just gone down. He's literally just come back, and he's staying down by the looks of it as well. So that means we could be without the skipper and Piqué for the remainder of the campaign. Thankfully, Gouiri gets up there as well, but that is not good news as we head into the break. I think that might be another broken toe for Piqué, and maybe an exacerbation of the one he suffered a few months ago. We'll find out after the game, but that is gutting. Yes, sir. Yasser. Yasser. Lovely football. Yasser! This time it is 3. And it's Amin Gouiri turning provider this time. He opted to lay it off for Amin when he was through on goal last time, but he was never going to pass in that position. Yasser gets his goal, and Sevilla have their third, which should wrap up the points. Lovely passing move and a great finish as well. Well, there is the whistle and it is all over. Pretty quiet second half where again we managed to see out the clean sheet, but the points were already in the bag as soon as Yasser Asprilla's third hit the back of the net. So a good win to return us to winning ways in the league, and we'll jump straight into our next clash as we take on Monaco once again at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan in the second leg of our Champions League last 16 clash. Still deadlocked at 0-0 from the first game over in France, but after this display I'm feeling a bit more confident of finding the breakthrough and reaching the quarterfinals. Vamos Sevilla. Right, much better conditions for this clash here. Oh, what a start from Monaco as that rips off the crossbar and the follow-up is dragged wide. What a start that would have been, and a big let-off for Sevilla. There's me saying I'm feeling a bit more confident after a really positive display in our league outing. And straight from kickoff, Monaco are the team that go closest as Yasser looks for Amin and he just couldn't take the ball with him. Frantic start here in the opening 8 minutes or so, and you guys will have seen heading into this game the injury to Piqué. Whilst it wasn't a broken toe, it is going to keep him out for 4 weeks. But it won't matter, at least not tonight, as this man continues his fantastic Champions League goal-scoring form. I said it's been a frantic start, and now we've had our goal as well. Lovely dribbling to get away from Tapsoba, and he drills past Di Gregorio to give Sevilla the lead. That's a big step towards the quarterfinals. Nice ball. Trouble here. Beautifully worked. What a save, Kepa. That is a huge stop. Well, I think this is going to do it, guys. And Monaco just haven't been able to create anything today. Somebody else has gone down there. Well, that's a real concern. But we will just keep the ball and see this out as Benyat. Still, we don't need to go anywhere. We don't need to go anywhere. We'll just keep the ball, and there is the whistle. A little knock for somebody. I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Mario Gila, which is a concern with Loic Bardet already down. But we'll go and find out in a moment. But it's a big night for Sevilla as we do reach the final 8 of the Champions League. It wasn't in particularly dramatic circumstances, but I don't mind that. It's nice and easy when we can just grind it out. And Monaco had a few little half chances, but didn't cause too many issues. And we'll go and find out who it is we will face in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Well, as we get back to the menu, we'll actually see it was Gavi who went down with a knock, and that is worrying. Thankfully, just a bruised shoulder, as we see the tournament prize money and match rescheduled emails coming in. It probably won't be in the standings, so we'll do it the old-fashioned way, where Sevilla will be taking on... Oh, my goodness, I can't escape these guys. I cannot escape them. Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Man, I said I wanted to go all the way. I thought we might face them at some point. I didn't think it would be this early. Right, well, that is going to be huge. I'll put the full quarterfinal draw on the screen when I can edit this up. I don't actually know who is playing who because it takes so long to load in the career mode menus. But Real Madrid is going to be absolutely crazy. And we're still in competition with them for the La Liga title. They are actually the closest team to us now. Just 5 points behind, although we do have a game in hand. We're in a stronger position than we were last year, but we've got to remember we did massively bottle it last season. But we'll jump straight into our next game. It is Real Sociedad away from home at the Reale Arena, looking to pull clear of Real Madrid even further and extend that 5-point gap at the top. Vamos Sevilla. Yeah, that Champions League quarter-final is going to be absolutely huge against Real Madrid, of course. They were the team that, despite not winning it last year, ended up losing us the title as we lost that game at the Bernabeu by 4 goals to 2. And we've had lots of big clashes against them throughout the course of the save, but even more so over the last, I'd say, probably 2 seasons. So that is going to be absolutely crazy as we face them in the Champions League. It's their competition, record title holders in the competition, and I'm sure it is going to come with lots of excitement. That'll come in the next episode, so we're going to close out today's video with 3 more big games in La Liga as we look to keep ourselves clear of Real Madrid themselves as they hunt us down in the race for the title. Yasser finds Amin. There's Morton on the overlap. And he finds Puertas. Lovely turn onto his left foot. What a finish. Right before the break. Cameron Puertas given the nod today with Piqué and Gavi both down injured. Wanted some more attacking options in that midfield. I've gone with Puertas with Aymar Aroz having a little rest, and he's rewarded me with a lovely little goal. Spins onto his left foot and drills it into the back of the net to give us the lead right on the stroke at half time. Still we lead by 1 here. Again, it's not been a very eventful game so far, but that's nicely worked. And Biner, can he get away? Biner, lovely work. Puertas, what an brilliant performance from him today. It's a lovely assist from Alex Biner, who quite often doesn't get the credit he deserves, but that's superb play by him down the left, and Puertas is waiting on the spot to prod home his second. What an appearance from him today. Doesn't feature much, but having an absolute stormer out there and looks set to give us a big 3 points on the road. Well, I tell you what, you might not have seen it in the highlights as it will have just been the goals that have made it into the highlights package, but honestly, this has been such a hard-fought win for Sevilla as Puertas gets his hat-trick. An unlikely hero today, but he has been phenomenal, and the scoreline doesn't really reflect it, but this has been a really hard-fought game. Sociedad have had a lot of the ball, a lot of the territory, and have got into some really dangerous positions, but it's going to look and read as a comfortable win for Sevilla, and that's mainly due to that man, Cameron Puertas. His best performance in a Sevilla shirt, and what a time to get it as we look to close in on our first La Liga trophy. What a performance. Well, this is crazy. As we get back to the menu, thankfully we see 3 players returning from injury. Piqué, Fresneda and Gavi all returning and getting back to some first team training. But also, look at the table. We have got a 7-point gap over Real Madrid with 2 games in hand after they've just lost 2-0 away at Las Palmas and then drawn 1-1 at home to Getafe. So slipping up and giving us a huge window of opportunity. And we're still unbeaten, remember, guys. We've still not lost in the league this season. And I don't want to take my eye off the ball, but it's feeling a little bit more like a certainty now. And I am going to be putting most of my eggs in that Champions League basket moving forward, because the league, we've got so many opportunities to slip up. So I'm hoping it's not going to happen, but we're going to jump into our penultimate game of the episode as we return back home to the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan, taking on Celta Vigo, and as I say, looking to extend the lead at the top of the table to 10 points over Real Madrid. Vamos, Sevilla. Gregor fires the ball out to Yasser nice and quickly. Yasser comes infield, not once but twice, finds Amin, and he's got Puertas with him, the man of the moment. Cameron Puertas couldn't finish his dinner this time. Biggest chance of the game, and we couldn't take it, as the hat-trick hero last time out is denied. Probably should have found the back of the net, and Celta Vigo are frustrating us here in Seville. Well, I know we absolutely sliced through Celta Vigo's back 3 in Galicia, and I'm hoping we might be able to do the same here, as that's beautifully worked, and Puertas this time does get it in as it clips the underside of the crossbar. That is such a aesthetically pleasing finish, and he had a chance 5 minutes ago just before the restart, and this time after the restart he's able to find the back of the net. Asprilla does well down the right, and as I said, we carved them open in Galicia, and we've had a few moments and half chances today but just hadn't been able to create anything until now, as Puertas, with his 4th goal in 2 games, gives us the lead again. Gavi looks for Puertas again. What a pass. He gets there. Cameron Puertas, he's having the time of his life at the moment. But what about the assist from Pablo Gavi? A wonderful pass. And after being frustrated for the opening 45 minutes, a quick-fire double has Sevilla set to go 10 points clear at the top of La Liga. Yasser, space down the right. Maybe a chance for a third here. Look at Puertas through the middle. A chance for back-to-back hat-tricks. Cameron Puertas, he's done it. He is on fire at the moment. And it is back-to-back La Liga hat-tricks for the Spaniard. Where has this come from? As he is in the form of his life at the moment. Wraps it up with a third, as he did at the Reale Arena. And we look set for a huge victory to move us 10 points clear. Well, let's jump into our final game of the episode. It's been pretty uneventful so far today, with not much drama in the Champions League, and we've been pretty comfortable in La Liga as well. Hoping to get another win to close out as we take on Osasuna here at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. Vamos Sevilla. Well, hoping for another quick start today and another good performance from this man, Cameron Puertas. He's in the lineup again because I can't drop him at the moment. Oh, it's brilliant. Puertas! Oh, he is just on fire at the moment. Can I start him in the Champions League quarterfinals? I mean, Piqué's coming back from his injury. He's back on the bench today. But honestly, Cameron has just been in phenomenal form. That is his 7th goal in, well, less than 3 games, as he is just on absolute flames at the moment. Rolls it in, clips the post on its way through. Sevilla lead again. Played some really nice stuff in this opening half an hour, and we look like we're enjoying ourselves out there as Baina finds Puertas again. Puertas to Amin. Puertas back to Amin Gouiri. He is just not going to miss that. He's not scored as many goals this episode. He's been a little bit quieter as the limelight has shifted to Cameron, who gets the assist for the goal. So it's 7 goals and an assist in today's episode. He has been just absolutely unreal. Well, we've looked really comfortable out there today, and we've played some really nice stuff. I'd love to end the episode off with a nice big goal tally, as Puertas finds Couto, who gets away from his man. Helder Couto in behind. Has he got the finish? Couto! Yes, he does. Clips the post and rolls across the line into the back of the net. Another goal for Helder Couto, who's having a really good breakout season for Sevilla. 3 goals and 3 points in the bag for the host, but I want more goals. Let's end today with a big win. We really have played some lovely stuff today, and there's Piqué off the bench, looking to get him some minutes before that Champions League quarter-final as Romero drills in the 4th. And that just sums up how we played today. It has been absolutely fantastic. Quick, flowing football. Isaac Romero gets a rare goal in La Liga. Piqué involved on his return from injury. Sevilla have 4. Corner for Osasuna. Lots of goals for us today, but I'll be gutted if we lose that clean sheet, as Couto's been left out there 2v1. Morton now comes across to help. Oh, it's going to be the goal. That's so annoying, man. So annoying. As Osasuna grab a late consolation. Well, we've hardly conceded any in the league all season long. It's so frustrating to close out the episode conceding one here. Well, I just sort of knew the goal was coming. I could feel it coming in my bones. And although it makes no difference on the result, you know I'm a sucker for a clean sheet. Frustrated to throw it away at the death after being in such a commanding position, but nonetheless I won't be losing any sleep over it. A fantastic performance to close out the episode, and Cameron Puertas was phenomenal again today with another goal and an assist to his name. But that will do it for today's episode, guys. We'll be back in the next episode for more big games in La Liga, as we do look set to be crowned champions for the first time since the 1940s, and we'll also have that huge Champions League quarter-final against Real Madrid. That is the blockbuster, and it will be coming in the next episode. I'll catch you for it very soon, guys, as we close in on that La Liga title. Take care and peace.